Hi there, I'm Mike, and what I have for you today is Star Wars The Black Series Gaming Greats RC-1207 Sev. If you remember me, if you haven't forgotten me, I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. If you remember, I did a video on Boss here, and I like him. And he is the first member of Delta Squad from the video game Star Wars Republic Commando. They did also have a brief blink and you'll miss it cameo in the Clone Wars, which is where these are from. So if you look at these guys and be like, they didn't look like that in the game, they're a little closer to how they looked in the Clone Wars show. So that's what's going on there. They are just, getting these out of the way. They are basically just remolds of Bad Batch Hunter here. You either are okay with that at this point or you're not. I am one of the people that is very okay with it. Would I have preferred a bigger something like this? I don't know. I think this might be a little too big. And I feel like on the shelf, I like them just kind of looking like another, they don't look out of proportion. Like he's big and that makes sense because he is like a mutated clone or like he's big on purpose. They made him big on purpose. Whereas Republic clones are just kind of normal clones. Like Gregor was a Republic clone. Republic Commando is what I meant. And he wasn't super big, so I feel like personally, these are a little bit more normal looking, but I do understand if you're of the opinion that you want them bigger. The only downside, and we'll get into that, we'll get into that in a bit. Let's take a look at Sev here. I'm doing this without a script, guys. I'm literally just kind of going off the cuff. I'm just talking because I find when I do scripts, I tend to get in my head, and that's why, I started a Bad Batch script a long time ago, and I haven't even finished writing it. I've had a lot of stuff come up. But anyways, this is Sev. This is Sev from the Republic Commando, and I've been talking for a while and haven't really said anything about the figure yet. On the back here, it's got a little bio for Sev. It says Star Wars Republic Commando follows Delta Squad on missions throughout the Clone Wars with Delta 07 Sev as the clone squad's sniper. So he is the sniper of the unit. That's why he comes with the same gun, but it's got a little sniper attachment on it, which is that's what it was. That's how it was. We have his little Gaming Greats mural on the side here. So it's all good. I'm happy to get this. Next, we've got Fixer, I believe, and then hopefully, I'm hoping that come time for probably what's the next one? Hasbro PulseCon. That will be the next one. I'm hoping we'll get an announcement for Scorch, I believe, is the last member of Delta Squad here. While I'm doing this, you can see all these figures in the back. I've got some Transformers. I've got the Menasor up there. He's great. Got some blast effects, and if you're wondering about my blast effects here, I've got one on the Stormtrooper. I've got a little rocket effects coming off Boba Fett here. My last video, I got these from Layered Creations. If you want to go check that video out, you can find out more about those. And I just threw the gun on the ground. That's how I roll. Let's close this back up here. And we can get into this figure proper. So I don't really know if I have a lot to say about this. It's the same figure. But I guess I kind of want to go over maybe some of his idiosyncrasies. There we go. Whew, words. Am I right? So if you're wondering about like maybe his helmet here, let me adjust my light just to get it a little bit more. There we go. The helmet in the game, it was more of a handprint, but in the Clone Wars cartoon, it was more of these little kind of stripy designs. So this is accurate to the cartoon. You can see you've got some scuffs here on the armor. It's more of a dry brush over the paint that makes it look like that, but it looks good. Got some scruffs and paint on the shoulders. Got this nice, you know, I kind of like it. I think he's supposed to have something here in the middle, but maybe not. I'm looking at the side, maybe not. But I don't know. I feel like it looks good. We got, you know, it looks like he's been running through some, I don't know if that's brown or red. I'm colorblind, but it looks like he's been running through mud or blood or both. Maybe both. Who knows? He's got the newer kind of standard articulation that we've seen in figures. He's got the butterfly joints, and to get those started, sometimes they're a little rough. I like to put the arm out and then just very gently start to rock them back and forward. This one's not moving very well at all. So what I might end up doing, it's like that one's moving pretty well. This one is not moving very well. So what I might end up doing is heating that up a little bit, just to feel like that's sticking out pretty far there. Like the whole thing's a little cockeyed, maybe like the whole chest piece is a little cockeyed. See, I'm looking at the shoulders on this one. It definitely, there's a lot more space on that left hand side than there is on here. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to heat it up and just kind of reposition it a little bit. But it's definitely like that's weird. That's really weird how it's sticking out that far. But not the end of the world. I don't think anyone would ever notice had I not pointed it out. My only real problem with these guys design-wise is they're all a little boring here in the, like there's no belt or anything. You know, stormtroopers have belts. I think even clone troopers have belts. These guys have nothing because Hunter had nothing here. So, I mean, it looks fine. They've got these big ass knee pauldrons, but again, that's all exactly what Hunter had. He has exactly Hunter's body. It's not different. Same chest piece, same shoulders, same arms, even down to Hunter's knife sheath. Oops. Right there. It's the same arm. So we're missing, they took that off, but they didn't fill it in. I honestly don't know. And this is a big complaint I've got. So Hasbro, if you're watching, you need to just make a new forearm. It's so weird. I know he was the first one, but he's the only one that does this. He's the only one that has a sheath like that. Literally, you've reused this a couple times now. All of the crosshairs have this, the Imperial and regular. Boss has this. So we've had more figures now that don't have anything here, but we still have kind of a gaping hole in the arm. Whereas Hunter is the only one that would need it, and he, you know, he's got it, and that's it. So you've kind of not ruined a bunch of other figures, but you've lessened other figures for the sake of one, and that's kind of weird. I feel like the chest is really high. I feel like it should be a little lower, but no, that's about right. It just looks weird with the white, I guess. And this one I've got in this really cool casual looking pose, so I don't notice it. So I'll probably just have to do something like that. So speaking of which, let's look at his accessories. First, we have this backpack. Now, this is a standard backpack that all of these have. So it's the same backpack that he has, just painted a little differently, and even the same as Hunter's. There's no storage, no weapon storage or anything on this. It's literally just a backpack for the sake of having a backpack. And I've kind of discovered, you know, collecting G.I. Joes, I don't really love backpacks. They kind of make the figure off balance. They kind of get in the way. And typically, I just like the look of a figure without backpacks. So like I sort of tend to display a lot of my G.I. Joes. Like for instance, I've got the new and this is not Star Wars, but I've got the new Gung Ho here, the retro one, and I'm not displaying him with his backpack because I just don't think it adds anything. I think he looks cool, just like this, you know. I don't think he needs a backpack. So, but you know, whatever. Oops, sorry about that, Boba Fett. I just knocked him over by hitting that blast effect that I got. Anyways, but you know, it's a little different because they do have these in the show, and it does kind of fit. It kind of fits the back better. Like the way the G.I. Joe team does backpacks on them, I don't like. It's a peg in a back. The back's curved, so the peg never stays right. But these are keyed in. You know, they're keyed in to fit one way, and they've got this nice flat surface to kind of peg into, so they're a lot more stable. So I do like that. And then secondly, we have his gun, his blaster here, and it's just the same blaster that all of the Bad Batch members come with, and Boss came with, but it has the sniper attachment on it. Now, it's not removable, so it's not like you can take it off and give him a regular one, but they did kind of just sculpt the sniper rifle thing on there. So let's go ahead and give that to him so he can be Mr. Snipies here. So that fits right in there. And again, there's no weapon storage or anything. And one of the things I do like about these new figures is the arms work super well for posing. So we have a nice deep wristband. So if you want them kind of, you can have them, you know, there's a couple different ways you can have them with his holding his blaster here. So you can have it kind of like that. A little, there we go. Get a little bit more. And if you can even dip it in to make him look like he's looking down the scope, kind of like that. Or, you know, you can kind of just, you know, you can kind of, there's a lot of different options you got for how you want it to go because of the way the everything kind of works and moves. It works really well. I feel like his elbow sticks out really far like that. Is that right? Is that right? I guess it is, but that is kind of weird. But yeah, I don't really know how I'm gonna kind of pose this guy. So I even talked about the legs here. The leg, oops, just the camera. The legs are pretty good. You know, they got the forward and backwards. They're the newer legs, newer style legs. So they don't have a double joint. And I think for this, it does fit well. My only problem is this knee pad being glued to the top of the thigh, or the bottom of the thigh, I should say, instead of just being kind of free floating like it is on the new Death Watch Mandalorian, or even glued to the shin, I think would be a better option because if you were, you know, if you want him on his knees like that, this would make more sense being down here than it does up here. So I think that was a mistake that they kind of did. But yeah, I don't know, like just kind of give him a different, I guess I should adjust my camera now that I have him down. Just kind of give him, I'll have to kind of find a good display pose that I like. I really like this one for Boss. I like the way I have the hips kind of cocked. But I don't want to do the same thing, you know. So I got to find something different. You know, have the head turned a different way. Have the thighs kind of, you know. So I could also just, I guess we could put them into maybe a more snipery pose. One of my bigger issues there we go with the new legs is to get, you know, because of the sculpting, you have to kind of turn the thigh to the side like this, and you can easily move this back down so you can get kind of that look. It looks right until you look at the knee. So it looks right unless you look at it close, in which case it kind of falls apart real fast. But it doesn't super matter. You can get him in a pretty good pose. You know, if you want to have him more of a sniper, a sniper friendly pose, I should say, like looking like he's doing his thing. Something like that. So yeah, I don't know. I think Delta Squad is really kind of shaping up. Love having more diverse clones on the shelf. I know a lot of people look at this and just kind of complain about it being another repaint, but honestly, that's what troopers are. I don't get how you can be a Star Wars fan and then complain when they release troops like this. This is what Star Wars is. Star Wars is a bunch of stormtroopers and clone troopers, and it's in the movies, it's in the shows. There's millions, not millions, but there's countless. I'll say countless. That's still a high number, but it's whatever. There's countless variations on troopers, especially when we get to clone troopers or stormtroopers or things like that. This is the kind of thing that I'm okay with. They're not going to make a whole new figure just for someone like Sev. They're going to, you can look at it saying like, oh, they're just going to make it cheap or whatever. But sure, I guess if you want to be super negative like that, you can look at it like that. The way I see it is, they're giving us a figure that isn't super different from figures they've already made. They're using the parts they can to get the money out of them, to get us more diverse stuff. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having these guys on my shelf. My only real problem is that they're GameStop exclusive. And that sucks because not only, our figures are $25 now, but GameStop charges that extra $3 for being a GameStop exclusive. So now instead of $25, they're $28. And then, if you order online, you've got that $6 in shipping. So then boom, you've suddenly got, you've got a 30, 32, 33, 34, whatever dollar figure instead of a 20, what should be a $25 figure. And that does suck. You can alleviate that a little bit. You can buy them from GameStop in stores. You can pre-order them in store instead of shipping. But at the very least, you're still stuck paying that extra GameStop tax, which sucks. It makes sense if something's going to be exclusive, video game characters being exclusive to GameStop. Like I get the idea, I get the theory behind it, but I'm not that big of a fan. That being said, I do like this. I'm glad I have it. Not super happy with the amount of money that I had to pay for it, but it looks good on the shelf. And a month or two from now, I'm not going to remember how much I paid for it, but I'm going to look at it and go, yeah, Sev looks pretty good. I like him. Yeah, so let me know down the downstairs area what you think of him. Are you getting Delta Squad? Are you skipping Delta Squad? I love to read and respond to the comments when I can. Yeah, just let me know. I keep pausing because I'm like, what do I usually say? I'm out of practice for doing this, but that's it. I will read and respond when I can, I promise. I'd also love to take a moment and thank these people here on screen for supporting me on Patreon for in a Black Series level or higher. Thanks so much, guys. But that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for getting this far. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.